This yellow dot right here hasn't been confirmed yet, but this is the same exact symbol that printed all the way back here when BTC started its breakdown back in January 2022, and again over here in May 2022, which basically led us right into the bear market. But there's something to keep in mind in regards to what's happening with stablecoin dominance right now, as well as what is happening with others against BTC. Two very different charts, but very clear signals are flashing right now, particularly for Bitcoin. I'm going to get into all this as quick and to the point as I can in this video here on Coin Bureau Trading. What's up? My name is Aaron Dishner from The Better Traders. Go ahead and subscribe now to stay up to date on the latest moves, whether it's live streams with Gabby or videos from me, Dan, and also Jordan, who's our new guy, who's also providing some content for you. Now, this yellow dot right here is part of the TBO indicator. It's called the TBO Breakdown. For all of you that know this indicator, these white dots here are TBO breakouts. These are where we get the trending breakout from, trending breakout TBO for short. These tell us that there should be explosive upside continuation coming. The yellow dots tell us that there should be explosive downside continuation to come. There's a couple of caveats that we need to discuss, but we need to go back over here to first understand how well these work. The reality is that the last time we got one of these on the chart was 3 years ago, well into the bottom year. 2022 was the bottom year, the year of the bottom for Bitcoin, after it topped out at 69K, and then it had a massive liquidation event over here in December, which caused everything to crash real fast, a little bit of stability, only to go lower. Now, the location of these yellow dots matters a lot. We saw a breakdown, and then the price just kind of hung out for a little bit. It moved up for about 6%, only to explode another 21% down. But what happened during this period was a massive fake out. This period, which looks like it's nothing, kind of like what we're in right now, what we've been in, was actually basically a 30% range. We saw BTC fall well below the trending breakout indicators cloud, the TBO Cloud. We even saw some bullish reversal signals here, a TBO closed short and another one. We did see Bitcoin fluctuate a lot in this range, but here's the thing. Whenever we see these yellow dots, we need to be aware of what's happening with the slow line. And back over here, the slow line was already starting to curl downward. And the direction of the slow line tells us the macro trend. So right here, we are still in a transitionary period for BTC, even though it clearly was strong bullish above the cloud, dropped below the cloud, tried to push above, but couldn't. Now going over here, this is the kind of scenario that we will see a lot of next year. We'll see some chop before we get warning of a drop, and Bitcoin will drop below a strong level of support. TBO breakdowns letting us know, buckle up, here we go. The price falls down about 13%, only to fall down a lot further later on. We're going to see we're going to see several more shakeouts happen, but it's the angle and the direction of the slow line that determines how bullish or bearish we are in a macro sense. So what are we looking at right now? Right now, we're looking at a slow line that has been in progress or process of curling downward. So we're already getting the sign, the cue, and we're right below the cloud, just like we were back in January 2022, that we're getting a macro bearish trend here for the TBO. So what does this mean for stablecoin dominance? Well, stablecoin dominance has done a couple of things. For starters, we know that it peaked out over here on November the 4th. Well, really, it pumped over here on October 10th. It did it again here, and it printed a TBO breakout. This is the bullish inverse of the bearish TBO breakdown that we saw for BTC. It retraced back down here to the fast line, and now it's sprung up again, another 10% off of that, and it's in process of printing another TBO breakout. Now, hear me loud and clear. This could be another topping symbol, or which would be a short-term bottoming signal, but this is just kicking the can down the road. I've been saying over and over that the slow line here has been steadily increasing for stablecoin dominance, which means that if stablecoin dominance is bullish, that means the whole market's bearish. Not the whole market, but most of the market is. There's something else that's happening on this chart too. For starters, we'll get rid of these rectangles for a minute. There is an ascending level here of support. This is really important. So this level was established back over here, tested and respected, tested and respected. If we get some sort of amazing Hail Mary recovery, stablecoin dominance drops and it breaks below this, then I will be feeling much more positive. But right now, it's pretty bad news. Going back to these other rectangles that I had previously hidden, these are the levels to watch. I made a video about these zones a while ago and giving the bullish outcome where I was expecting we would see combined stablecoin dominance move down here below 6%, going into 5.5%, which would correlate with the market top. But I also warned you in the video, well, if things don't push to the downside, but they push up, we need to be very aware that anytime stablecoin dominance is pushing up into this bear market zone, this is going to be reflecting a lot of fear, which is exactly what's happening over here. It's exactly what happened August 5th, 2024, exactly what happened in March 11th, 2025, again in April 2025. So you could argue, well, this is exactly where Bitcoin bottomed every single time. You're right. So what's different about where we are now? Well, the main difference about where we are now compared to then is that we are nearing the end of our top year. I've been talking about this for a long time. This is not even based off of the 4-year cycle in terms of the halving. This is just Bitcoin's performance ever since 2014, where we've seen a top year, a bottom year, recovery, rally, top, bottom. So we're heading into our bottom year. The problem that I have with this idea of, well, this is going to be a top on this, which will basically be a bottom, is that we are near the end of our top year. And Bitcoin, just so you know, was already starting to fall after it hit an all-time high here in mid-November. And by this time, it had already fallen, 39%. By the end of the year, it fell 30%. So looking at where we are now, so far BTC has fallen 22%. So it's on par with what it did last time. It's just accelerating things a lot faster than I really want. Again, we could also argue, well, this is just another one of these pullbacks. Look, you got one of these blue diamonds here, TBO closed long on the weekly, just like back over here and the market picked up. Just like back over here and the market picked up. That's true. But again, top, bottom, recovery, rally, top, bottom, recovery, rally. We're about to finish our top year and go into our bottom year. Now, there's one more chart that I need to share with you before we close out this video. Again, I want to keep things nice and tight. That's the Others BTC chart, which I imagine some of you are going to be wanting an update on. And I do have a positive update for you, believe it or not. But before I do, go down to the description below. Check out everything that Coin Bureau has for you, whether it's Femex, BYDFi, or 2Bit. 2Bit is a non-KYC requiring exchange. So whatever exchange you do decide to sign up for, use the links that are provided below. Plus, there are way more deals, more exchanges, more tools to sign up for on the Coin Bureau website. If you scroll down, you're going to see a 10% off discount to the 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom course from the Better Traders. So make sure to snag 10% off of this course, and let's get into the last little bit of this video. Now, I made a video recently about a very bullish thing that's happening. Actually, it continues to get bullish. We had a TBO close short on Friday, November 7th. Really nice pump for others, 11%. The price has stayed inside of this mass right here, the cloud, and it even printed another TBO close short on Wednesday. This is the chart that's probably going to have a lot of you scratching your heads right now. But right now, Others is actually outperforming Bitcoin. In that if we look at the Others performance right now versus BTC, which is falling a lot more, Others is doing marginally better. But the bigger thing that's happening here is that the last time this happened, we saw Others outperform Bitcoin over a 2-month period. I still expect that same thing to happen. The problem right now is that we are seeing Bitcoin dragging lower and lower. But the reality is that not every single altcoin is suffering. And this is where it really does pay to keep tabs on the entire market. We're seeing coins, BDXN has gone absolutely crazy recently. Charts like this just pumping and dumping sporadically up and down. But it's not just that one. It's Lisk, it's MIGA, Boom, TAC, it's PTP, Santos, Prompt. Like there are a lot of coins that are actually doing well right now. Note that a lot of these coins are super duper low caps. Trust me, I know not everything is doing well. Many coins are suffering as Bitcoin falls lower. But what's really interesting about the charts right now is that we are seeing so many coins, these outliers, these mid to low caps that are outperforming BTC while Bitcoin is looking quite bearish, while combined stablecoin dominance is looking quite bearish, while Bitcoin dominance is falling. I've been expecting Bitcoin dominance to fall. And right now, we still have 17 hours left in the day's candle, but this is yet another sign that dominance is shifting somewhere else. Obviously, it's shifting to stablecoin dominance. Trust me, I know. But the moment where stablecoin dominance and Bitcoin dominance are falling together, that's where we see a huge spike in others' dominance, which is actually holding up really well right now. Again, others' dominance represents the entire crypto market cap, excluding the top 10 coins. But we can make it even more clear. Totally 50.D, which is the total market cap excluding the top 50 coins, is still in bullish consolidation. Totally 100.D is in process now of printing a third TBO breakout. What does this mean? Well, it means that if you were to go somewhere like Coingecko, okay, and you want to find these coins, scroll down to the top 50 spot and then start scrolling below there. So Aave, BitGet token, OKB, ETC, Pepe, we can keep going, But of course, a lot of these low cap coins that are below the top 100 ranking, these are the coins that are starting to just disregard completely whatever BTC is doing. Not in the short term, but they have been doing well. Morpho has had a crazy recovery. We're going to see other coins in this range from the top 101 and below doing really, really well against BTC for apparently no good reason, okay? There will be charts that absolutely go crazy, and that's exactly what this is showing. We're seeing a pivot, obviously, into stablecoin dominance, but we're also seeing a slight pivot towards low caps. This shouldn't be happening. If we were really going into a devastating bear market, we shouldn't be seeing an increase in Totally 100. We shouldn't be seeing an increase in others' dominance. We shouldn't be seeing others' BTC going up, nor should we see Total 3ES BTC looking this good. So as weird as it sounds, as almost contradictory as it sounds, as BTC is drooping and dropping lower and lower, looking extremely bearish, the signs are clear that there is still bullish momentum happening for a lot of these low caps that I do expect to be pumping literally out of nowhere. But the main difference between a real proper alt season and right now is that a real proper alt season will last for several months. It should. But what I've been predicting and projecting to happen is a selective alt season with just a couple of coins doing really well, and then it's done. My original estimation is that the entire market is done by as late as December 19th, which is, I think, the Friday before the week of Christmas. And the reason for that is simple because trading desks will be going on holidays. They'll be going off holidays for Hanukkah, for Christmas, and also for New Year's, which happens after that. So trading volume will go down as far as the prop firm side goes. Retail will still be trading, but I'm expecting alts to do some crazy stuff, some cartwheels, some backflips for the next couple of weeks, as ridiculous as that sounds with Bitcoin looking super duper weak, but we're seeing a pivot away from Bitcoin into mid and low caps. Watch it, pay attention, and let me know what you think about this. And before you go, watch this video. You know what to do. And until the next time, stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.